It's been about a month since Etsy gave us new Etsy ad settings. Are they actually working for us? How do we use them to our advantage? And what do we do moving forward into the upcoming Q4 and holiday season? What's up, everybody? Dave here. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Dave. I've been on Etsy for over 8 years and been coaching for over 5. I've helped hundreds, if not thousands, of sellers reach 6-figure and 7-figure incomes on Etsy. If you are interested on hands-on coaching, there's a link to a free coaching call in the description below. I'll talk about how I can help your store, grow your store, and if we are fit for each other. Also, there's a free Etsy ads cheat sheet in the description as well, so be sure to grab that. So let's jump into it. Is the new Etsy ad strategy settings working? I have a few things to say, and I have a few tips to give you moving on into the Christmas season and how to actually grow your sales. It's actually pretty hard for us to get a grasp on the new settings because of this past September. Many people experienced a dip. Many people talked about a dip. For example, here on Reddit, August was doing good and then September came, and it's like Etsy pushed the reset button again. Slower than slow, one sale. Sales were fine until like 3 days ago, then a light switched off. That was 28 days ago. So this was talking about September. It's not looking good. My product is fairly seasonal, and September should be the month when I start seeing big numbers. I had 3 orders yesterday, which is a nice start, but we're almost halfway through the month, and I've only done 12.5% of the sales I achieved last September. So, September, because of the algorithm change, the Etsy ad setting change, and everything, we've seen a big dip. So it is hard for us right now to put a pin in it in terms of the Etsy ad new strategy settings being useful or not. I have seen some anecdotal evidence in my student stores and what I am seeing across Etsy. However, I would not consider that conclusive. So I just wanted to preface this video with September was tough for a lot of people. And I also wanted to mention that, according to Grok, I've researched this before, but I just wanted to show you what Grok was saying. Historically speaking, the sales in September for e-commerce are a bit lower because it's after the summer, it's after the back to school hype, and there are no major holidays in September. So, October, November, December, we have Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. So there's a lot more to look forward to, but in the grand scheme of things, September is lower for e-commerce. So keep that in mind. Combine that with the algorithm shift and the Etsy ad change. That's how we kind of got that September 2025. So it's hard to put a pin in it. However, I do want to just mention that we're in a weird spot, but I am hopeful that these new settings will be better than before. With these 3 new settings tailored to our different needs, it can be very hopeful. My educated prediction for this, I've gotten a lot of these predictions correct, but I imagine the weight/effectiveness of these Etsy ad settings will be tuned over time. The weight of these settings, the how much they actually affect your sales, how much they actually change the behavior of your ads, that will increase over time as Etsy gathers data. And historically speaking, again, Etsy does a lot of these changes right before Christmas because they know a lot of data is coming in Q4. So they're able to look at that data in a shorter time period rather than doing it at a different time of the year, like spring or something. There's less data to be had. In Q4, when everyone's shopping, there's so much more buyer data that they can tune off of. So to make a change before that happens allows them to make adjustments much quicker. And that's why I think they do changes right before Christmas, right before Q4. And that's what I'm, predicting for the Etsy ad changes as well as the title changes. So that's something I wanted to mention. However, now I want to get into 3 things to grow your sales and to prepare for Q4, to prepare for Christmas in terms of your Etsy ad settings. So right now, it's October 11th, 2025. And this goes for any time that you are coming into Q4, we are in Q4, but coming into the Christmas season. and expecting a large uptick in sales. The first thing I want you to do is increase your budget if you're going to. If you plan on increasing your budget, do it right now. This gives the algorithm time to adjust for that new budget, so that way you're not rocking the boat in the height of the season, or when you should be doing more sales, or when you're expecting more sales, or at the very least, when there are more people on Etsy.com. You don't want to be making massive changes that are going to hurt you or rock the boat or jeopardize or risk any amount of momentum your Etsy store has. So if you're going to make any budget changes, most of the time it's an increase, so that's why I'm saying increase. If you're going to increase your budget anytime soon, do it now. So that way, moving into November and the day after Halloween is essentially when holiday shopping starts. That's when Thanksgiving and Christmas, and that's kind of blended together anyway in our consumerism society and a materialistic society. Thanksgiving and Christmas might as well be the same holiday nowadays, in my opinion. So the day after Halloween is when it all really truly kicks in my experience and in my sociological opinion, which isn't really important, but that's what I want you to do. Increase your budget now. Number 2, you want to change or choose your strategy now. Because we have these new 3 strategies, I want you to change it to what you think you wanted to change it to, or considering changing it to. I want you to do that now. Do it now so that way it has time to adjust. Just like the budget change the strategy now. If you were on increase your orders and it wasn't really working out and your ROI is in the dumps, change it to balanced. If you were on balanced or increase your orders and your ROI is so terrible that you are shell-shocked by this new change, go to the most conservative setting and increase your budget. That way you have the best of both worlds, hopefully and ideally. That's what you're going for. That's number 2. Number 3 is to create new products and new listings, but most importantly, new products. If you've had a good selling listing before, you can do that again. The next best seller is right around the corner if you put your creativity into it and if you put the effort into creating that new product. So research your niche, see what's working right now, and really try hard to make a new winning product for your store. You can create all the duplicates in the world until you're blue in the face, but if you don't have creativity behind your store and it's not really acting as a brand and you're just viewing it as a logistical machine that needs to pump money out for you, then you're going to have creativity die, and you are essentially going to have your business die, because people buy based off of what they want. They want creative, cool, unique products. And that comes from up here or in your heart, wherever it comes from. You have to create awesome new products. And then the part B to that, number 3, is also to create duplicates. Because of the title thing, a lot of people change their titles. A lot of people hurt themselves recently by changing all the titles, by changing this, that, and the other in a frantic panic to attempt to tailor or cater, to the algorithm. So creating some duplicates of your best sellers will help get you out of that rut, because a new listing has a brand new chance in life. And if you changed old listings that were doing good or not doing good, those might not be doing so hot. So you have to start new, but you can't scrap a product, obviously. So that's where a duplicate comes in. If you want help in your Etsy store, I highly recommend you work with me now. Because the Q4 season is coming up, now is the time to dial everything in. I highly recommend you book a free call in the description below, and we'll talk about how I can grow your store hands-on. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day.